Yeah, buddy. You know we back and we having real deal conversation, right? Another one came up. Who come first in the marriage? The kids or the spouse? Now, most men understand this. A lot of women don't. Because I hear this all the time. Oh, my kids come first. My kids come first. But see, before the kids were even born, y'all was one. See? God never intended for the kids to come and do y'all like this. Follow me. So when you get to hollering, the kids come first. You was one with your significant other or your spouse. When the kids came, God never intended for y'all to go like this. All right, welcome to the bigger plate where the rubber meets the road and we get straight to it. Who come first in the relationships? The kids or the spouse? My kids come first. You hear that? That's like some new for the past 10 years. They come first over anything. Ain't no man gonna come. So if you choose to remarry and you bring outside entities in and you supposed to become one, why you getting married if your kids come first? How could that even be possible? See, in a union, we joining as one. The kids don't come to separate that. The kids come to build family, structure, and bring that together. But a lot of people got it misconstrued. For the most part, y'all know who y'all is. So when you come with your new union, how is this man going to be able to facilitate any rules, regulations, policies, procedures, structure in the home when if he say anything to your kids is off limit? The husband is the husband. It's not about the kids, who the father. That's why you are encouraged to try to stick it out with the person that you made the child with. Because at this point, your mind becoming warped and you pushing the man to the side, including the husband. I've seen it the way a lot of times the woman be like, don't nobody come before my kids. Well, how is we supposed to be one or we not one? You can't be one if you ain't together. If something coming in between that, regardless of what it is, you are separated at that point. So I'm gonna need you to make it make sense to me. Because they asking about this topic. Somebody want to know who come first in the marriage. We talking about a union. We ain't talking about playing in the field. But before you get to that union, you got to build to that. A man ain't coming to separate you away from your kids. If he's coming in good faith, he's coming to empower that and vice versa with you. But when you lead, letting the person know there's no reason to lead like that. But because of the trauma you've endured and certain things that you feel based on how you may have been treated, you putting that same thing on this next individual coming, and he not even coming with that energy. See, before anything was there with you and your significant other with the child, y'all was like this. The kids don't come and push that apart. They don't come in between that. Don't none come in between the union. Once you let something come in between the union, guess what? Kids that went off to college and because you let them come in between the union, now they gone. Guess what y'all don't know how to do? Be together. You don't know how to communicate no more. You don't know how to have that level of intimacy. You don't know how to be compassionate for one another. You don't have them emotional based skills because guess what you did? You allowed something to come in between your union. And now that union been broken. And before you know it, me and dude grew apart. I'm gonna just move on. And we grew apart. I'm gonna just move on. And what did you just do? You just broke it down because you had a bad notion of how this thing's supposed to go. We done took family and said, nah, it's me and them against the world, even against their own father. I don't know why this conversation had to be so difficult. In good faith, no one's coming to interrupt. They's coming to you to join with you and be one with you. And if we can merge broken homes to try to build a solid foundation. But if you're not willing to accept the leadership and you want to be combative and non-submissive and non-conformative, then what we gonna be? How can we build? That's why when you meet somebody new because your last relationship didn't work out and you want to make sure you put emphasis on who and what and how this gonna go, at that point, you the leader, you becoming the man. What you need with me? I'm just asking, it's simple. What you need with me if you got it all figured out? What am I supposed to come do? What benefit is for me to come over there and follow your rules, regulations, policies, and procedures? What's the purpose of it? That's something you have to figure it out. Because we know when we coming with good intentions and we coming God-fearing. So we trying to lay down the laws the right way. And right there in there, guess what? Anything that child need or desire that you can't give them, that I can't give them, we come together and do the best we can together. And hopefully we have such a structure to where, as opposed to everybody being at odds and enemies, now we just figure out a way to work together. If that's what you so choose to do. But sometimes you do have people that's not in their children's lives, and those children do need an extended source of leadership and guidance before that extended source becomes one. But when you leave with don't nobody come, that sound, it don't even sound good. It sounds harsh. But to you, it sounds commendable, respect. It sound. But what's the reality? The reality completely different. If that guy has your best interests at heart, he gonna have your child's best interests at heart. And if you choose to say, well, I mess with dude, but he don't come first, my child come first, you shouldn't even be messing with dude. How is that gonna even benefit anything you trying to build and grow as having a union? And if you don't trust him enough to be in that situation with your child, then maybe that's something that you need to deal with before you even try to step across them boundaries. Because it ain't gonna do nothing but make it bad for you, the child, or the children, and the men that you choose. Now, if you just loose and you're hot, that's on you. You know you got to do some self-reflecting. Everybody got to do some self-reflecting at one point. And I'm just trying to be honest with you because somebody emailed me and inboxed me about that. Who you think come first in a relationship, preferably a marriage or getting to the marriage? I was like, I don't even understand the question. Because when you joining in a union, again, y'all like this. Y'all not supposed to come do that. Once y'all go do that, how could you? It's going to be hard. This how it works. Y'all right here, y'all go like that. This how it works. It's very hard to get it back like that. Hence, you see divorces through the roof, domestics through the roof. You know how many times somebody in something and a child is saying the step parent did something, not necessarily saying that the child is a liar, but not necessarily saying that the child is telling the truth. We all know that kids play down. A lot of people don't want to accept this neither. They think they got the most precious and beautiful and the most non-lying, the humble. Nah, I don't want to hurt your feelings. We always gonna continue these conversations, but you know the reality. Your child. Otherwise, you chose. That's what you chose. You didn't have good discernment. God ain't protect. It goes all over the place, and nobody wants to have accountability. They just want to point the blame. I've seen it on all type of opposite spectrums. It's over here, it's over there. And you almost never get that back. And now you building more trauma because now this guy's moving on. And I see a lot of, I want to get married. I love to get remarried. I love to be married again. I love to have more kids. Or I might want one. What we doing? The narrative got to change. And we gotta encourage family. Finding somebody, working with them, and sticking with them. We're gonna have to keep on encouraging that. Otherwise, we're just gonna have a whole lot of looseness going on. I mean, it's out there. It's loose. If you're out there paying attention, it's loose. So we gotta stop that narrative. The union comes first. And you build on the union. Family. Okay? More family. Okay? Then they go out and build their families. And then we all come back to square one as a family. Not build to destroy, break up, and we everybody everywhere. But that mentality of the comparison and the who come first, that'll have us like this. So it's just something to think about. I see you tomorrow.